Hi, Francesca and Bianca, Francesca, and our dog Butterball. We're here collecting berries because we're getting ready to make some dye, to dye some of our hand towels. So come on along with us as we pick our berries. It's the end of the season here. So you can see these pokeweed berries. A lot of them have already been picked off because they're a good source of sustenance for the animals. And so we're gonna, but there's still plenty here in the surrounding area to salvage what we need. All right, baby, hold it right here. Under here. All right, so now that we're back inside, it's time to mash up the berries. So just for fun, Franks is gonna use her feet. So we have, and her hands. So we have an old pot here that we don't use. Francesca here is gonna mash up our berries with her foot. So go for it. Good. Do you want to maybe use your hands now too?
Yay!
Good. Squish them up real good. Good.
Fighting for the universe!
Excellent. So I think the berries are probably mashed up really good. And we'll move on now to the next step. All right, so now the berries are mashed up. I don't know if I forgot to say it before, but we rinsed the berries before Franks mashed them. And so now we have covered the berries with water and then some. And I'm trying to make it pretty concentrated, so we're not filling up the pot too much all the way to the top. We're gonna wait for the berries to, we're gonna wait for the water to come to an almost boil. So once it starts to simmer, we're going to turn down the heat a little bit so that it doesn't come to a boil, and then we're gonna let it be simmering there. Hi. All right, so now we're on day 2 of our process. So yesterday we brought the water up close to a boil, and then we let it simmer, and I had it on for more than 2 hours. I would say about 2.5 hours, almost 3. And then I turned the water off, just let it sit overnight. So now it's kind of got a deep red color in there, and I'm pretty excited to get moving with the next part of the process. So we run an Airbnb at our place, and at some point in time we got tons of white hand towels, which is a terrible idea because when you have so much traffic coming through your place, you don't really want to use white. And so that's part of my intention, is to find great ways to bring more color to our Airbnb and to our sheets and to our hand towels. So I have a stack of hand towels here. And so we are following, as I mentioned, a recipe from Janet at Timberwood Farms, and I'm gonna post obviously that in the link below so you can go ahead and read it there yourself. Know too that the fibers, cotton fiber needs to be treated before it goes into the dye so that it can receive the dye, and so I'll put information about the mordant we're using for our process as well in the link below also. So now it's time to start adding some of our hand towels and Franks's t-shirt to the mixture. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put them in. You'll see shortly how the rest of this process goes. Okay. So just taking a moment to wrap up. It was a great process. I'm really excited to be kind of on our way with dyeing with pokeweed, just because we have so much of it in our area. I feel like it's going to be really handy. An interesting thing about pokeweed is that people often get a brown color in the dye, but you can get anywhere from a brown to beautiful light blue to purple. It really comes out with some pretty colors. We also have a lot of black walnut in the area, so that's something we'll be using as well, and to dye our sheets and dye these linens, as I was explaining for the Airbnb. So to reveal the process of what we kind of got this pretty orange color. It's not really what we were hoping for. We really wanted more of a purpley blue, or something in the range of purple, but you know, I still feel that it's a success, and I know that we also picked our pokeweed towards the end of the season, so you know, just where the berries are at that state, and you know, the concentration that we had, you know, I think a number of different things can kind of factor into that process. So it's, you know, the season has for sure passed at this point, but I'm really excited to dive into it again next year with the pokeweed and see what different colors we can come up with for dyes. So if you like this video, go ahead and press like below. And make a comment in the comments. Would love to hear from you. If you have a pokeweed recipe that you love, please share it. And if you have any other kind of elements that you can make natural dyes from in your area, or want to know anything more about natural living or have questions, I'd love to hear from you. All right, thanks so much for watching. Cheers. Bye.